is there for the opponent to scout and watch and look and learn. And Jon Moxley did that time.
Yeah, no question that Jon Moxley is a student of the game, will always remain such. We talked about him training earlier, the former UFC heavyweight champion, Josh Barnett, picking up some nuance.
And Takeshita through gritted teeth.
Second time.
Makes a dive.
GP heavyweight champion has had to touch the ropes to break a hold.
Both of these men, former IWGP World Heavyweight Champions in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Takeshita wants to show tonight that not only is he the better man, not only can he defeat Jon Moxley for the Continental Championship, but he wants to also show that he has surpassed the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada.
Strong rivalry between two of the Japanese contingent in the Don Callis family.
Moxley was looking for the Death Rider, or perhaps the paradigm shift, but Takeshita, even the damage done to his knee. Goes over and drives Moxley down.
Right on the left knee and following up here. This isn't going to help.
Takeshita undaunted, the wheelbarrow German suplex. Moxley up to his big shotgun drop kick, but Takeshita, boom! The knee to the jaw of the champion.
And Moxley invited Takeshita in. He said, come on, give me your best. And Takeshita laid him out.
But the challenger, slow to follow up. Take a look here. First of all, Moxley did everything he could to protect his neck. At the same time, as Takeshita did everything he could to protect his knee, but there was no way of protecting her best. That impact, or stay tuned, incoming that.
And now back to live action. Champion and challenger alike to a vertical position. This is how this match began, Tony. A striking battle in the center of the ring, but Takeshita feeling the effects of all the punishment.
Yeah, that last strike, Nigel, was the one.
It got Takeshita flush. Spaghetti legs, but somehow, whoa, the challenger back to the feet. Here we go.
Jon Moxley, no one can take a punch or a blow like Jon Moxley. It's almost as if, Nigel, it motivates him.
Well, it's motivated him to duck underneath one here. Rear naked choke, but here it comes. Blue Thunder Bomb. No! Yeah, you can certainly think the damage to the left knee of the challenger had a part in being unable to get deeper on that pinfall attempt. But be that as it may, Tony, take a look. The champion has rolled to the apron. Yep. He's hurt. He's aware that his title is in jeopardy.
Takeshita's best chance yet tonight. But Moxley more than equal to the task. But now the challenger with the advantage. Moxley once again returns to the eye. And now stomping on the fingers. And Takeshita.
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
He looked back at the steps.
Well, Moxley escapes to the relative safety. the ring, but Moxley has stopped straight to the knee. Now Moxley drives to Takeshita, face first into the apron.
The ankle holding up pretty well for the Continental Champion, John Moxley, who earlier I caught him adjusting some kind of strap. And this perhaps one of the reasons why, driving the foot down the head of his opponent, and Takeshita surreptitiously crawling to the outside for a little bit of respite.
Referee Paul Turner delivering the 10 count. And on the floor.
I saw that adjustment too of that boot. He's doing it again right now.
And Moxley, he will retain the championship in the event of a count out on Takeshita. As Takeshita holding that left eye.
Well, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me.
Takeshita bleeding from that left eye.
That's nasty. The impact with the apron. Oh,
good God. Takeshita
right into it.
The jaws of the lions. Moxley, the pile driver. 1, 2, 3, go!
Into the jaws of death.
You're not kidding. Surge of energy.
Staying away from the light.
Nigel, it could have been that the pooling of the blood on the left eye of Konosuke Takeshita, that may have ruptured when Takeshita's face was driven in by that stomp.
That's certainly a possibility again, and I want to play. Oh, vicious headbutts right to the damaged body part. And John Moxley has shown over a storied career how dangerous he is exactly for this reason. He finds an injury and he focuses on it. He picks a body part apart. Something sadistic.
It's hard to tell where the blood is coming from, but the DNA evidence is all over the face of the challenger.
Repeated fist and then repeated headbutts. And Moxley turns around slowly and almost gesturing for him to get up.
Moxley lives for the taste of iron. It's Takeshita, former Olympic level decathlete, here starting to lose a little bit of blood, but finding some motivation, some of that Bushido fighting spirit.
Takeshita, though, very unsteady on his feet as he delivers those elbows. Moxley, a left, a right. Takeshita trying to cover up, and just a hockey fight breaking out.
Oh, good body shot that time by Mox.
Time for it a second time. Oh, got style.
Places the hands through the legs. Oh! Even more downward impact on the head and neck. 1, 2, Takeshita. A potent kick out by Takeshita, but Moxley immediately into position with a crossface.
A bridging submission of sorts. A neck crank, perhaps. Again, he could have learned some very effective submissions from Josh Barnett earlier today.
But Takeshita, perhaps Moxley's hand slick with the blood of the challenger. He was able to extricate himself.
Yeah, that is a very good point, Excalibur. I thought the same thing. You slipped it out. Turns around. Moxley now is going to get a head of steam.
Whoa, you heard that impact. Takeshita felt it.
Takeshita says, do it again.
Takeshita absorbs the impact and whoa!
Yes.
Now Takeshita on the move. Moxley baited him in. Takeshita!
But that a lariat down on one knee. With a lariat as he ducked at the same time to avoid John Moxley's. That was thinking ahead.
Now Takeshita, jumping knee in between the shoulder blades. The jumping knee passed down to Konosuke Takeshita by Jun Akiyama, who in turn had it passed down to him by the master, Jumbo Tsuruta.
Whoa, look at this. Way up there.
And that's Takeshita unleashing his ferocious side on John Moxley.
Now, high angle, Moxley clinging on for dear life.
jumping knee, perhaps not the only thing passed down by Jun Akiyama. The exploder from the ropes as Takeshita lines up. Moxley power drive knee. 1, 2. No, Moxley.
Oh, I'd like to see a replay of that. That was as close, but wait a second. Just watch first of all. Super exploder, but back inside the action continues.
Takeshita perhaps looking for raging fire. Moxley was ready for it. Answers with the cutter.
Well, that picture tells 1,000 stories.
Does it ever?
Takeshita.
There he goes.
The elbow strike. The lariat. Moxley weaves
Great
under.
counter.
Big paradigm shift.
Great counter by Moxley. Wow. Jon Moxley. Man, what an individual. What a wrestler.
But Moxley, you can see the fatigue, the physical toll of this match on Moxley. He was not able to capitalize on the paradigm shift with a pinfall attempt.
The chant of AEW erupts around the arena. A show of respect, winning both champion and challenger back to their feet, back into this fight.
And of course, with no time limit in this Continental Championship match, it could go on, it will go on for as long as it takes. But as Takeshita continues to lose blood, his body loses oxygen. And without oxygen, the challenger cannot fight. It behooves him to end this as quickly as possible.
Mox gets right back up.
Jeez.
Back and forth they go. Backdrop driver from Moxley, elbow strike. Lariat takes Takeshita down. Moxley floats over. Oh, 1 count. The 1 count kick out.
That was Takeshita showing Moxley what he's made of. 1 count after that exchange? Are you kidding me?
We have just passed the 20-minute mark of this match.
And normally that would be it, right? On a TV show, but on the pay-per-view, it's a little bit different. No time limit.
And typically 60-minute time limit on pay-per-view for Continental Championship matches. Tonight, that is out the window.
The champion takes aim at the challenger.
Moxley, maybe think of Death Rider here. Takeshita, whoa, vaults out, rolls through. Rattles the jaw of the champion. Now Takeshita. Raging fire!
He got it!
1, 2, 3! By the narrowest of margins, Jon Moxley escapes the raging fire, the first man to ever do so.
Well, 1-for-1, both champion and challenger with an extremely near fall there.
Takeshita's got to be wondering what it's going to take.
Tony, Takeshita is stunned by that, but Los Angeles, the world is stunned by that. The resilience, the fortitude of Jon Moxley. Takeshita lowering that knee pad like that Wagamama. The running knee strike with the Takeshita.
Oh.
Moxley, the stop to the patella, and now turning him around, the double underhook. Oh, Rider, sheer drop. Moxley, 1, 2. No, Takeshita's turn to shock the world.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Look at the fans. Look at the sold-out crowd.
There is nothing like an AEW pay-per-view, and there is nothing like Jon Moxley.
Nigel, we will gladly sell you the whole